Hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation, with apparently a very tired Rue who is getting hungry in my hands. He just got up from a nap, and we have a new setup for him for his house, which he's really enjoying. Oh, he is so tired. Rue, you are really, really tired. So I will probably have Rue in his it's such a cool setup. I've got to show you guys. I'm thinking of yes, tonight we're going to be talking about where to meet your angels. I'm thinking of starting I had on Kyle Gray today on angels, and he was saying that he is the guru, and so I'm thinking of starting a Ruru the guru um TikTok or YouTube channel. I'm a little concerned about how tired he is. I'm going to keep an eye on him here tonight because he is seeming just zonked. So, Rue, do you want to stay in my arms as I give a teaching tonight? Or do you want to go with your girl, so to speak? Oh, I think he wants to stay in my arms. So, okay, well, let me get to my notes, Rue, and we're going to go through this together. How does that sound? Does that sound good to you? Get to my notes here. We are going to have fun tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to talk with you tonight about being able to get in sync with your energy, in sync with your angels, and the energy with the angels to meet up with your angels. You are my angel, Rue. Certainly you are. Baby Hana's my angel too. Yesterday was an interesting day for us here. And I like teaching through story. I found it's the best way to get messages across. Yesterday was actually a hard day, and maybe it was a hard day for you. I know that I'm synced up with my audience. That's you. I know that I'm synced up with the energy of the planet. And yesterday was a day that I would call overwhelming. There's a technical term. Whether it was the work that got to get done, whether it is a beautiful home that we're staying at that was feeling too small yesterday, whether it was the water that I got in my ear from a swim a couple weeks ago. I guess there was an algae bloom where I swam. And now I've got this gurgly effect in my ear. I started to feel very overwhelming. And you may be feeling that too. Now, when you're feeling overwhelming, it's easy to kind of push your angels away without realizing it, to push away energetic assistance without realizing it. And it's because the egoic mind starts to go really, really nuts. The egoic mind starts to go haywire, you could say. And one of the things we get to watch for when we are trying to get in touch with our angels is what is the egoic mind doing? Where's the egoic mind coming from? And I'm going to share about that this evening because the truth is angels are always all around us. However, they can be blocked out by the egoic mind having kind of a I don't know, I don't want to use the term hissy fit, but being overwhelmed. When the egoic mind gets overwhelmed, there is very little that you can hear. How you doing, Rue? You doing all right in there? Do you have anything you want to add? You're doing good? Let me know when you want down. I know you will. I know you will. You have a lot to say tonight. What is it you're trying to say? He had thunderstorms come by this morning. And thunderstorms make him very, very nervous because his job is to protect the flock. And so he definitely used a lot of energy on that. Truth be told, we're all using a lot of energy today. It's a lot of energy. The fact that you're attracted to my energy means you're an empath, means you're energetically sensitive. When you're energetically sensitive, whether you realize it or not, you are buffering energy. You're buffering everyone's around you, and it can easily feel overwhelming until you find what the angels call an angelic sacred space. An angelic sacred space, a place where you can meet your angels, be in a room with your angels, and they can help you drop down and protect your energy. Rue, are you waking up to where you want to go see the girls? We'll take him over to his. So right next to me, he has a sacred space that is all his. It's set up with a roost, a large soft kennel where he has his two stuffed animal girls, And we just got this latest piece set up, this roost piece set up yesterday evening or this morning. And it's like I've got a different Roo on my hands. He is so much calmer. He feels I can get off guard and relax a little bit. And that's really good because you need some time to relax, don't you, good boy? You are such a good boy. All right. So let's talk about the sacred space and how you can meet with your angels. In my case, yesterday, things are starting to feel really spun. I've got the in-laws over. I want to keep everybody happy, but I'm feeling really spun. I had to step out, literally go into the car, yellow Tesla, admittedly, but go into the car and then breathe into things, sink into things, and let my angels surround us with goodness. And they can do it anywhere. Your sacred space for your angels is really about a vibrational alignment. And it was so cool that I came up with what this talk was going to be tonight. And then I met with Kyle Gray, and we were talking about he's an angel expert himself. He was talking about his latest book on raising your vibration. And it was all about this, getting in vibrational alignment with your angels, or getting in vibrational alignment at a higher level. Another way to think about it is when you feel worried or stressed or concerned. So, for instance, I'm going, wow, I love this place, but it's really small to be getting our work done. Or, wow, everybody's doing well, but we do have some health checkups and things coming up that we might be a little bit concerned about. What do we do about these things? And what we do is we get to shift our frequency. Shift your frequency to a higher level. There's always a lower track of energy playing and a higher track of energy playing. The higher track brings more of what you desire and allows you to breathe easier through the process. The lower level keeps you in a greater state of fear. However, what we're really talking about, we think the angels and guides are like, I don't know, these rock stars that are untouchable. These things that people write about, nobody actually sees them, nobody actually interacts with them. They're here all around us at every moment. We think that they can't actually help us. We're praying to them, but why aren't they doing anything for us? There's a key word here, and I was having a discussion this morning with my daughter who's on the other side. I won't go into details today. We lost one of our twin daughters earlier this year. We gained one of our twin daughters because now we have our baby girl, Hannah, who's 10 weeks old. You can catch her in the Kim Russo interview. And we have our baby daughter on the other side, Miraku, who really is anything but a baby at all. She's an elder, you could say. But on the other side, what she was saying this morning is the biggest challenge with getting in vibrational alignment with the angels is giving ourselves permission to get in sync. Or more than giving ourselves permission, is giving the angels permission to get us in sync. In other words, we're going, why aren't the angels helping? Why aren't the angels helping? Have you asked for them to raise your vibration? Have you asked for them to put you in vibrational alignment? That's what we're talking about. You get to make that ask. How do you make the ask? Any way you desire, but the ask must be made. There's such a strong, spiritual rule, for lack of another term, that says angels cannot interfere. They have a do not interfere unless you ask, and you must ask with specificity. Angels, please help me is a very good way to get assistance, but not necessarily in the way you desire. Oh, you will get help, but is it the help you're looking for? Because the angels and desires are looking out for your highest good and the highest good of all, or something better, but it may not be in the fashion you desire. For instance, if you're looking to repair a relationship and you ask for the best relationship you can have, your relationship might blow up to make room. which may not be a bad thing, but let's be more specific so that we can have things a little bit more when we want them. So we must ask for help and say, I would like to get, this is one of the best things you can ask for. I would like to get in vibrational alignment with the angels. Why? This puts you at a higher frequency. Rue, I cannot believe this. This is the first time, got an itch, the first time he is going to sleep in my arms during a YouTube live, which means on the one hand, this is totally cool. On the other hand, I've got to keep an eye on him. Is he getting more tired than usual? Rue, are you doing all right? You've been really, really tired today. Or is this just because you're feeling more relaxed in the house that you can finally let down your guard? I'll be keeping an eye on him. He's our boy. You can tell when a rooster is tired because they go flat. And he is about as flat right now as I've ever seen him. That's right, Rue. You're looking really, really flat. So we ask for help. So angels, please help make sure that Rue is super duper healthy. Thank you, angels. Next, you get to listen. When the egoic mind gets involved, and the egoic mind is like the block, it's like the defense that keeps you from your angels. Ego is not a bad thing, but it doesn't like interference that may actually help because then it loses control. The ego is about holding on to control, holding on tight. So, what does this mean? It means you get to ask for help, and then you must listen. What does listening look like? It means stopping. It means pausing. It means, in Rue's case, falling asleep in my arms. It means going out to a tree or sitting in the car or doing something where you can pause. Your angels will always catch you in the pause. You could say a sacred space for the angels is space, temporal space, time space, physical space. We'll get to more on that in a minute because it turns out that that energy of overwhelm may be steering you. In my case, that's exactly what it was doing yesterday. It was steering me really to make some adjustments in this home that now feel so much better. When we feel crappy, A, if we can get ourselves to pray, to ask for help, that's awesome. B, we must stay in the sacred space long enough to hear the answer. What does that mean? It means if you go, angels, guides, I need to know, blah, 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 please help me, please help me. And then you go, and you run and you throw on some music, or you go to the next task, or you drive yourself at 1,000,000 miles an hour, or it's go, 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 go. What's happened? You've blocked yourself from getting assistance. You've taken yourself out of this sacred space. The trick is the ego will take you out of this space, sacred space, anytime it can. So when we're talking about meeting your angels and finding where your angels are, they're around you every moment that you give space. But in a sense, they're gone when you leave that space, when you stop making space. In this sacred space, now let's be very clear about it. You call on your angels and guides for help. And then it starts to feel really uncomfortable, and so you run. What's going on? The egoic mind is kicking into high gear and saying, I am too afraid to hear the answers. I am too afraid to see another solution. I am too afraid to witness my own goodness. And so your ego will appear to spin you completely out of control to keep you from hearing the answer. So, it's the opposite of when the going get tough. The tough must get going. When the going gets tough, you must stay in the uncomfortable space where you've just called in the angels and give them time to respond. How do you know you're in this uncomfortable space? It feels like I've got to move. I've got to go. I had a girlfriend decades ago. And when things got uncomfortable, I started to nickname her. That's when I knew we were in trouble. Iggy, which to me stood for I got to go. When things got difficult, she always went, I got to go. When we call in our angels and guides and we hear, I got to go, what you need to do is stop and stay put. Sort of like the passed out rooster in my arms. I love you so much, Roo. You must stop and stay. It will feel uncomfortable. You'll feel like you're being stared at, or you're being watched, or you're being judged. Nothing could be further from the truth. Your angels have no judgment. But this is what it will feel like. Would you mind if I angle down the camera? I usually like being on camera. Would you mind if people watched you sleep? Would that be okay? I don't know if I can do this or not. Not really. All right. I just want you to get good rest then. The energy of feeling like we're being stared at or being watched is actually the energy of your angels by your side. The egoic mind doesn't like that. The energy feels too high. It feels like it's going to lose control and it will fight you. Your job at these times is to resist running with everything you've got. In essence, your angels have just chased you down. But you must stay put. So hard to do today. So hard to do when we are trained to go, go, go. In fact, my energy is a little bit slow tonight because I have a sleeping baby rooster, an almost sleeping baby rooster. But it's appropriate for tonight. This slowness is very uncomfortable for us because we've been trained by society to go, 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 do, achieve, 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 or you are not a good person. And so we hear that in our heads when what we need to do is to fight it, to say, I will stay put, I will be. But this goes beyond the just be here now. There's a great way to visualize it. It's a process I'm going to be teaching in our School of Mystics on Wednesday. We've been playing in our School of Mystics. We meet 4 Wednesdays a month. And we've been playing with opening up your third eye, being able to see beyond light, to be able to see beyond thought, to be able to see beyond the eyes. And a couple of weeks ago, we taught, and it's available as a replay, we taught how to open the third eye. This Wednesday, we're going to teach how to sit in the light. And in essence, when you're sitting in this place of incredible discomfort, you are being hit with a giant beam of light, and that light is real. And many mystics and many people who have trained for it, who see beyond their eyes, will see this beam of light coming down. It feels really strong, almost too strong. The light's so bright, I got to get shades. I need to wear shades. And we'll dive more into that in the School of Mystics, but you are bathing in this light. Why? And why do you want to stay in this light? This is an angelic light coming from the heavens. It does not feel comfortable at first. It does not feel like, ah, because your ego is going, run, man, run, woman. You must run. You don't want this. It's not good for you. Because it is. Because when you stay in this light, your energy starts to go up and up and up, higher and higher and higher still, without thoughts, without words, without efforting. You start to vibrate at a higher level. This is the sacred space of the angels. It comes with a light that bathes and washes over you, washes away which doesn't serve you, washes away your fears, your worries, your concerns, supplants or transplants that with a higher vibration frequency of love coming straight from the angels. But it is hugely powerful. And unless you're prepared for it, it'll scare you away. So I could see people in the comments. It's every week. I've tried this, but I've tried that, but I've tried the other thing, but. The but are your ego. That's your egoic mind being scared of the energy that's coming your way. Hang in there. Stay with it. Imagine a golden glowing light bathing over you as you're sitting there in the discomfort with the computer off, maybe with music on. Music is awesome. Maybe outside sitting with a tree. Tree is awesome. Or in anywhere in nature is awesome. Or simply in a space of silence. I wrote a book years ago, mainly a photo book, that one of these days I do get to print. It's called Silence Speaks. And there's a reason it's called Silence Speaks, because there are words in that precious silence. And they're so powerful. There's a light and there's a word. But again, to the egoic mind, it can be too much. When people want to find, when you want to find, when I want to find my soul path, my soul purpose, where I want to go, what I need to do is spend more time bathing in that silence. So we get to stay local here in Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania for a few more months. We're seeing how baby Hannah's heart is doing. It's doing amazing. And we got a checkup coming up soon. I imagine it will be doing even more amazing. She's doing incredible. She's up to 20th percentile in weight. She started at 0.3 percentile. This girl is on a mission for health. It is incredible. With that said, we don't know where we're going. On a physical plane, on a metaphysical plane, we know exactly relatively where we're going. But the answer will not come from the thinking mind. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The details are none of our business. Details are none of our business. What is our business is the vibrational frequency or alignment. And that comes from staying in this sacred space. So it's about sitting in the light. I know, Rue. Sitting in the discomfort, sitting where your angels are waiting for you. It can be, actually not can be, it's a great idea. Do you think it's a great idea? I was talking with Kyle about this as well this morning. Do you want to go meet your girls now, or are you good for another minute or two? What do you think? Well, I'm going to give you a minute or two, but the way your mouth is open there, you might be getting too warm, and I want to get you some water. He loves his camera time. We took him on the Vegas Strip last year, and he wanted to stop literally and meet everybody. Oh, you're getting hungry then. Should we get you some food? All right, give me nom 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 for want food, or give me a clop 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 to continue. Stay tuned. All right. Sacred space. Your angels are waiting for you. You can create, well, that was a new sound. You can create this space and make it easy for your angels to be there for you if you have some sort of a ritual on a daily basis. Certainly, I like automatic writing each morning. That's a great way to go. It could be sitting each morning. It could be taking a walk each morning. And it doesn't have to be morning. But if you have a time each and every day where there is a pause, your angels are going to be waiting for you. It's in essence a place where an energetic state change can most easily occur. What's an energetic state change? Oh, I feel terrible. I feel terrible. Bing. Ah, I feel great. That's an energetic state change. If you have an activity on a daily basis where your angels can change you down, they can give you an energetic state change. It could be a ritual as simple as this is my stone that I use for, oh, you're definitely getting hungry. I say 1 minute and we're going to go here, get you some food. I have this stone which I use for interviews and for many other activities where I run my thumb around it and breathe and say, I send love. 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 As I do that, you can hear my voice drop in. That ritual creates space for the angels to find me. It's not about the angels finding you in a car, in a closet, in a room, on a trail, in a forest. It's about having that sacred space anywhere. And a ritual can give you the sacred space to allow them to chase you down. So it can be a physical space. It can be emotional space. It can be a time-oriented space called a temporal space. It can be a physical space as well. Consider it. A sacred space for your angels is like a phone booth or a sacred cave. It's a place they can meet you better than anywhere else. Yes, you can put up crystals, you can put up posters, you can do whatever you want, but create a sacred space, a time or a place each and every day where it's easiest for your angels to get your attention. Why? It's about a vibration and it's about an imprint. This stone has been imprinted with the energy of love. I pick this up. I feel better. I pick up Rue. I feel better. I sit in a particular chair or at a particular time and I feel better. Maybe it's a card deck or an oracle deck for you where you pick it up and you feel a certain energetic frequency. Or a forest or a particular tree. In New Jersey, Jessica and I had Olga and Elba and Olga. Thank you. Ella. Yeah. Ella and Olga. Ella had an elbow bend in her, and Olga had something carved almost 100 years ago, carved in her, said Olga. We would go to those trees and it would feel different. There's an energy imprinted in them. But here's the thing. Wherever there's an energy imprinted in something, the energy can turn around and imprint or impress upon you. So if you create a sacred space or declare a sacred space, the space can declare you are sacred as well. What do you mean by that? I impress all the good energy on the stone. It impresses good vibes on me. You create a sacred space in your home. For instance, when we were living in North Boulder, we had a room that is our meditation room. It was super peaceful. We went in there, not only had we imprinted it with energy, but the room then imprinted us with energy. But you don't even have to do much work. Tell your angels, this is my sacred space. This is my sacred time. Help me to create a space that is in vibrational alignment with exactly what I need, and it will. And on that note, This is what I ran into a bit yesterday. It's a tough call today, and it's a tough call depending on your environment in particular. Watch for the energy of everything around you. If you have too much stuff in a small space and that stuff does not have space, then neither will you. For instance, I clear my desk and I see a few items still here. I clear my desk almost entirely before an event. Why? It gives me the space to breathe. Yesterday, we had a whole bunch of new stuff come in. Abundance, really cool. Boxes, wrapping, everything. People. The things didn't have space, didn't have room to breathe. I'm an empath. You're an empath. Jessica's off the charts. Baby Hannah, wow. Rue, wow. But because of all of that stuff, you know, a good way to think about it. Everything in your environment is emitting a sound, which it is. Everything is alive and vibrating. Everything is vibrating. Quantum mechanics shows that quite clearly, as well as even just basic Newtonian physics. Everything is vibrating. Everything, therefore, is a string playing a note. If you have too much stuff in a small space, it's a cacophony of disorganized sound. It is the pause between the notes that makes the music. If you don't have that space, then your stuff can literally cause you to start screaming because you're getting in sync with your stuff screaming. And at that time, when your stuff is screaming, it's incredibly difficult to hear from the angels. So when we're talking about creating sacred space, sorry, Rue's going back to sleep here. When we're talking about creating sacred space, what we're talking about is coming from a sacred rhythm, time-wise, each day to communicate with the angels, is coming up with a sacred song, space for the notes to reach out with your angels as well. And then in that space, having a little bit of ritual each and every day. For instance, if you reach out each night before you go to bed, your angels will meet you there. If you reach out every morning through your automatic writing, your angels will meet you there. Pick a time, pick a place, make it sacred and make it holy. Now let's talk about one more thing before I open it up to questions, and then we'll do a meditation. And he's fallen asleep in my arms again. This is unbelievable. He's an amazing rooster, but I have never seen this before. He's got his head resting on the armrest of the chair like that right now. All right. Let's talk about emotionally challenging moments. This is so important. When you're in an emotionally challenging moment, when you're overwhelmed, when you're going, really, when you're out of coherence, what does that mean? Everything is a song. Everything has a cadence. Everything has a rhythm to it. Over the years, I've been working to refine the rhythm at which I speak. Sometimes it's nice and slow. Sometimes it's going really fast, and then it's going to round a bend. There's a cadence and a rhythm to everything. Being in coherence means you're taking that ride in vibrational alignment with those notes, with that music. Being out of coherence means that you're jamming gears. It hurts. It doesn't feel right. What happens when it hurts and it doesn't feel right? It's called being overwhelmed. Everything feels chaotic. Everything feels spun. And the ego has a childlike fit, completely loses it because everything's out of coherence. What do we do at those times? Go to where there's more space right away. Go for a walk. Go for a bike ride. Go outside. Go sit. This is what I did. Go sit in the car. I went to the car. I breathed. I think some music came on in the car. I shut off the music. And I went to prayer. And I went to love, which is perhaps the ultimate space in the universe. We think it's dark energy, or it's this, or it's that, or there's nothing there. It's love. It's all love. Love is the space. The more that you tap into love, the more you are tapping into space, and you can literally breathe in this love and breathe in this space. Then, as you're calming down, now go to the angels. Here's the thing. You need a plan in advance. We all have meltdowns. We all go to the funny farm. We all feel overwhelmed at times. And if you go, well, I don't feel any of that, I'm perfect. Check and make sure you have a pulse and that you're not numbing yourself up. Because we all have challenging moments. It's okay. It's okay to have challenging moments. It's okay to really trip and fall. It's okay to blow things up and fall apart. It's okay to have moments, days, decades, anything. It's all okay. But have a plan you can put in place. When I fall apart, I'm going to not say anything to the wifey. And I'm going to take myself out for a few minutes. Or I'm not going to say anything to my kids, or I'm not going to say anything to the dog. Or maybe when things go haywire, I'm going to grab the leash, grab the dog, and go for a walk. So the egoic mind, bring it full circle, rails against a plan, rails against a sacred space, rails against you connecting to your angels. What does this mean? It means you get to have that plan in place and stick to it, because if not, your egoic mind is going to get firmly in control and it's going to spin you down into the sewer. You're going to start feeling bad. And maybe we've heard this from our parents before. The expression goes, whew, I'll give you something to cry about. The egoic mind goes, I'll give you something to feel bad about. You're feeling bad, and the egoic mind is like, ha ha, you got some kerosene there? Let's add some flame to it. The egoic mind loves chaos because then it can take control and put you in a place of fear. Your ego is not seeking happiness, it's seeking control. If you're wailing, if you're shaking, if you're feeling spun, if you're crying, the egoic mind has actually done its job, and it's like quicksand. When the egoic mind kicks up, the more you fight, the more it tightens its grip. So you need to have your sacred angelic space in advance. I watched an interesting movie lately. Love it. I think it was called The Long Shot. A guy ends up dating a future president of the United States. And they're in a really tough spot. Missiles are firing at one point. Things are getting blown up. The building they're in is hit. The woman has trained with Navy SEALs. The future president has trained with Navy SEALs to go to a box breath. 4 breaths in, 4 breaths out. She might have done 4 breaths in, pause, 4 breaths out, pause. Oh, you ready? Okay, hold on here. I've got a plan in place. All right, let's get you to your girls. Here you go. Good boy. If you can't tell, I love that rooster. He's very, very hungry. And Jessica's walking past him and might give him a treat. I'm not sure. But Jessica, but the protagonist in the movie had a plan in place for how she was going to breathe. 4 breaths, 4 breaths, 4 breaths, 4 breaths. Calm. 4 breaths, 4 breaths, 4 breaths, 4 breaths. Calm. 4 breaths, 4 breaths. She was going to a sacred sacred space because she planned and practiced it in advance. So if you take nothing away from this evening other than this, know that your angels are by your side. Know that they're here to help if you give permission, if you ask for it, and know that you must create a sacred space, particularly once a day place, but also a place you can come to anytime you need, that you promise yourself. This is, it's interesting. So Kyle Gray was saying earlier today that it is called spiritual work for a reason, because you must commit to it. I want you committing 5 minutes a day to take time with the angels, and commit that when you go to the funny farm, you will come back to your angels when you go nuts. So relationships aren't easy. Relationships can be messy. It is very challenging when, and we're doing great. Hannah is sleeping more and more. Thank you, angels. But still, we are completely sleep zombified. Without complaint, we got the most amazing girl. I'm sure you have the most amazing kids as well. Any child is the most amazing child. But with that said, we're not getting much sleep. Thank you, Brenda, for your donation. How does it get any better than this? Thank you so much, Brenda. And thank you so much, Yolanda. So good to see you, Yolanda. Thank you. How does it get any better than this? If we didn't think ahead, if I didn't think ahead, because my egoic mind would love to, I'm not a fighter, but my egoic mind would love to blow stuff up. It tends to like chaos. How many of us like chaos? How many of us like looking at the car accident or whatever took place? It's wired into us, not in our DNA, but from generation after generation of generation after generation of loving to look at chaos. I look at myself so far down the spiritual rabbit hole, and I go, why do I still want to know about storms, about this, about the other thing? Haven't I gone beyond that? The egoic mind loves chaos. So if I don't have a means, and it may even be just stopping and breathing before I say something stupid, if I don't have the means to do so, I will say something stupid. So I want you to have your 5 minutes a day and have your plan. Wow, sacred spaces. How does it get any better than this? There's actually a person here tonight called Sacred Spaces Home Decor and Gifts. Of course. I send you so much love, Sacred Spaces, and thank you for your kind donation. If that's not the universe saying we're in alignment here tonight, I don't know what is. So I got a little note here before I dive into questions from Althea B. You are so uplifting, Michael. Thank you for what you're doing. I recently received a terminal diagnosis. I go for my first chemotherapy today. I'm anxious and frightened and trying to keep myself grounded. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Michael. You're my go-to in difficult times. So first off, Althea, I send so much love your way. And I do not know what you're diagnosed with. I do not, and I'm not a medical professional. I don't play one on TV or YouTube. But I do know from Deepak, from going back at least 20, 30 years, of the nocebo effect. And the placebo effect is sugar pills that make you better. In fact, no pharmacy on earth, actually, or pharmaceutical, knows why pills make us better. We just don't know. We don't know how the pill ends up doing something good to us. We know many of the steps, but not all of them. So there's a placebo effect in everything. A nocebo effect is the shaman in town going to somebody, 100 or 1,000 years ago and going, you did something bad, being you're going to die within 2 days or 2 weeks. And then the person passes away. The mind is such a powerful tool. So, Althea, it may be that nothing can be done. I don't know that. Maybe you don't know that. And it may be that you can actually beat this terminal diagnosis. How does it get any better than this? So I want to send you love. I want to send you light. I want to send you help from your angels and guides. I'm going to say something that may sound crazy here, Althea. And I've got baby Hana, and I can't even imagine if I was about to transition. I want you to let go. Not let go of doing what you can. You do what you can in every way that you can. But I want you to let go of what you believe is best. We do everything we can to stay here, but to know that there's something more here, something more going on, either for you here and now to learn and grow and evolve. We're all evolving. Or something even greater on the other side for you to learn and grow, evolve. In essence, Althea, I want to help get you out of the fighting state. Because if we can relax and love into whatever is, and Brenda Michaels, she's got a beautiful radio show. I'm not going to come up with the name of it right now, but she has a book. I think it's called The Gift of Cancer. And she had, I think, a terminal diagnosis 3 times. And 20, 30, 40 years later, I don't know how many, at least 20, 30 years, she's still here. And it taught her so much. So if we can, let's let go of how this is going to go. We're going to take it day by day. We're going to work on our energy. We're going to send out love. We're going to bathe ourselves in love. We're going to be the love. And when crap goes down, Althea, and you feel like crap, here's something that most spiritual teachers won't tell you. Feel like crap. It's okay. It's okay. Don't fight to get your energy up. Love yourself up for feeling like crap. Go, it's okay, Althea. It's okay. And if you find yourself bawling and crying because you don't want to be your time, it's okay. It's okay. There is never too much it's okayedness in the world. This is, look, wings. This is coming from the angels. When you're doing this, you're calling in the angels who are then wrapping their wings around you and helping you through this time, no matter what will come. No matter what. Do everything you can not to judge yourself, and do everything you can not to judge yourself for judging yourself. So sending you so much love, Althea, and I hope everybody else here is sending love and prayers and so much goodness your way as well. All right, let's go into questions. And I'm looking over to see how Rue is doing. He's eating a little bit of his food, so I'm going to be keeping an eye on him going, as a parent, going, is his behavior strange, or is it just because he's really relaxed with this new environment? Coke Queen, what can you do when you get another language in I believe it's French. Any suggestions? Throw it into the Google Translator, Coke Queen. Google Translator has AI technology that is, or maybe it's not even the AI technology, but basically it has language recognition. And so if it is a known language, even if you just write it out phonetically, chances are that Google will be able to tell you what it is. So throw it in there. It could be a language that's not from here, in which case we go to automatic writing and ask, what can we learn from this language? In fact, I would always do that. What language is this? What can you tell me about it? What can I learn from it? What's the energy behind it? What is it here to share? What's the download that I'm getting from this language? So I'd play with it there. Mark Wenham. All right, Mark, we got to have a talk. I don't want you to go too insane, Mark. But tomorrow night, we have the UFO interview of all UFO interviews, of all UFO interviews, of all UFO interviews. I'm not just saying this, Mark. Mark, I have thought about you for the last week since I interviewed Stephen Greer. And whatever your take on things, it will be a mind blower for you, Mark. So you'll definitely want, and I know your opinion. I believe I do. I want you to watch this tomorrow night. Oh my God, is it off the hook? And I didn't pull my punch on questions. Certainly I could have come up with some even more goodies after I finished, but I really went for it. And I think you'll appreciate that. All right, Mark. Can you give us your best definition for what our higher or greater self is? And is this higher, greater self the same thing as our holy and guardian angels some spiritual teachers have taught? Here's my take on it, Mark. Your higher or greater self is not your guardian angel. Your guardian angel is your guardian angel. Your higher self is the you that is not just grounded on this side of the veil. So this is a holographic universe. It's not real. It's real in the sense that you jump in front of a truck, you're in really big trouble. If you jump off of a roof, again, really big trouble. Play with electricity, not going to be fun. With that said, there is the you that is corporeal. It's in this body, but there is the greater you that is everywhere. The greater you is hanging with your homies, the spirits, the angels, source, love, universe, God. Seriously, whatever you want to name the energy that is everything, that's where your higher self hangs out. But it sends part of you, your soul, down here to earth to learn things that it can't by hanging with the homies. In other words, you get to have a challenging experience to learn and to grow. You get to have a physical, incarnate, in physicality, in this meat suit experience to be able to move things, to be able to lift things, to be able to create, build things, manifest things. In a pure energetic universe, there are no things in that sense. In a physical holographic universe, there are things and we get to do with them and we get experiences, heavy experiences, light experiences, dark experience, bright experiences because of it. And we can learn and grow. Your higher self is the you that is outside of that is saying, Mark, it'd be easier if you turned left now. And if you do, then all of a sudden that swinging wrecking ball coming by misses you. If you don't, it's like a scene out of the Roadrunner, and you get it because there's an easy way or the hard way. Your higher self wants to give you the easier way because it's you. It's just you on the other side of the veil. But we have to listen to it. Your guardian angel is always trying to help you, but it's always on the other side of the veil. It is never fully incarnate, shall we say. Brilliant question, Mark. And again, I can't wait to hear from you tomorrow night. And I just breathe deep into it, Mark. Breathe deep into it. But everyone, the Stephen Greer interview tomorrow, completely and totally off the hook. I just went for it. It wasn't even until 3/4 of the way through that I stepped back and thought about just what I was really asking. Not that I would ever censor myself, but there's some goodies in there. All right. With that said, Nancy Lee Farmer, who are my spirit guides? So Nancy Lee, I'm not the best at saying, well, it's this one, it's that one, it's the other thing. That's not really my gift, at least at this point. I know you have family members. I know you have a guardian angel. I know you have archangels when you call them in that are by your side. Who is your greatest spirit guide? That is something that you get to ask in the sacred space on a regular basis and allow imagination to give you the answer. You mean make it up? In a sense, yeah, because if you think about it, where does your imagination come from? It didn't come from you. Imagination never comes from us, which means there is a thread of truth in all of our imagination. Now, Nancy Lee, I'm an automatic writing kind of guy. Would I go to automatic writing and ask who are my spirit guides are? I have. And between you and me, for years, they didn't really tell me. Why? Because the who is less important than the energy behind it and the answers that they gave me. So they may tell you right away. And one more way you can ask is in your dreams. Right before you go to sleep, say, thank you, angels, for my beautiful night's rest tonight. And may I please wake up knowing who my spirit guides are. And please make it clearer than day who my spirit guides are. And if it's for your highest good, you will know. If not, it could be a little while. Don't get hung up on the name. All right, Aaron. How can I shake the feeling of anger and transform it into love and healing energy for myself and my ex-partner who is currently incarcerated and pregnant? Whew. All right. Let's reread this again. I have some feelings about this. How can I shake the feeling of anger and transform it into love and healing energy for myself and my ex-partner who is currently incarcerated and pregnant? First off, Aaron, the answer is within the question, and I want to send you so much love. I don't know if anybody's done this. You're going through a crap storm right now, and that's not fair, and I'm so sorry, and that's where you're at. So we do what we can in this place, but I just want to send you so much love, and I get it, and this has got to freak you out on many levels and piss you off, but I'm using piss off differently than everybody thinks of. We don't have in English, and I'm not sure which languages, if any, have an appropriate word for the energy that we feel, particularly male energy, but it's not just limited to male. It would be a masculine energy that we call anger, which is the energy of I need to do something. That's what we call anger. But it's really an energy driving us forward. And it presents itself as anger and frustration when we don't know what to do, we don't know how to do something, and we feel we need to take action. And so we've been taught to call that anger, when the truth is, it is energy. What do we do with the energy, Aaron? I want you to sit with the energy. I want you to call in your angels all around you. Maybe make energy, make anger a fire pit in front of you. Maybe sit in front of that fire pit and stare at the anger. Maybe if you had good experience as a kid, grab a stick and grab some marshmallows and start toasting or melting the marshmallows. Some people like them to melt, some people like them to burn, whatever works for you in that anger. But I want you to study the anger. I want you to breathe with the anger. I want you to pay attention to the anger. I want you to even talk with the anger and say, what can I learn from you, anger? And then I don't want you to transform the anger. I want you to send the anger love. But it's angry. Yeah. Then it needs love even more. Send it love as if it's a wounded little child. Even better. Okay, we've got a newborn, 10 weeks old. She goes from happy to sad to anger to you name it, all like that. When she is wailing in your face at 2:00 in the morning because she needs food now, she really does. You don't get angry at her for yelling right into your face or right into your eardrum. And at close proximity, she's louder than a rooster. You don't yell at her for that. You match her anger with love. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's the elixir we get to practice with you too, Aaron. To take that anger in your arms and say, it's okay, anger. It's okay. What that is doing, Aaron, and this is for everybody here, it's acknowledging the anger. We don't want to push it under the rug. We're saying you have a right to feel angry anger. You have a right to be upset. You have a right to be so incredibly frustrated. What can I do to love you up and help you to feel better? And then last, Aaron, I'm sure you've heard me mention it before. There's a Hawaiian healing prayer I need you to play with. And many people here tonight know it as well. It's called Ho'oponopono. It is a healing prayer for our heart. It is a healing prayer for relationships. It is a healing prayer for untenable. In other words, situations like this that are just mind-boggling. 4 lines. You can say them in any order you desire. but I want you to repeat them before you go to bed over and over and over again. You can use, I don't have a beaded bracelet on me right now, but you could use a beaded bracelet like a rosary. You can use a good Buddhist necklace, 108 beads, and go through it that way. 4 lines, any way you want. Not said to your partner, not said to anybody who is incarcerated, your partner, not said to anybody but yourself. After you drop those who you are angry with, drop them in through the top of your head. Let them rest in your heart. And then let them go and say this prayer for yourself. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I am not saying you're apologizing to anyone. I am not saying you are saying, I am sorry, or that you did anything wrong. I am not saying that you're loving someone else or that you're giving gratitude to someone else. This is to and for yourself, to forgive yourself, to open your own heart up, to give yourself love, to fill yourself with gratitude. When you do this, after you've put that other person or persons into your heart, all of us are one. All of us are connected by strings, a seeming paradox. But what happens is, as you begin to heal your heart, it begins to heal the entire situation on an energetic level. That's the greatest game we can play, Aaron. So sending you so much love. Kathleen, been sleeping poorly. Read, that's a sign of my angels. Today I saw 777 3 times, and then total at Costco was 444. Thoughts, meaning. So Kathleen, so many reasons today that we can be sleeping poorly. We've made a whole program on sleeping in the past. The energy right now, the whole world is so incredibly wonky. There are so many reasons you might not be sleeping well. A lot of them we can take care of with what we taught tonight, having a rhythm, having a daily practice, going to the angels, intention, setting intention to the angels. Please help me sleep better. If you do things like automatic writing, when you wake up in the middle of the night, go write to your angels. That's when the angels, if the angels wake you in the middle of the night, say a prayer to them, write to them, listen to them. They're speaking to you. That's certainly true. So you could take that as angel time. 777 is very, very simple to me. That is pure blessings. So, in Las Vegas terms, we would call it lucky. Lucky. I call it blessings. You are being blessed. Look for the blessings. Ask about the blessings. Ask the angels. I keep seeing 777. What are you blessing me with? 444. Your angels are always by your side. Period, period, period. Whenever we're seeing 444, it means our angels are by our side. Our angels are by our side. What do? Whenever I get repeating digits, but particularly 444, screech to a halt, say a prayer, put it out there what I'm looking for, and say thank you, because it's the angels going, grabbing your attention, putting something right in front of your eyes, and saying, what do you want? 777 blessings are also asking, what do you want? Put it out there. I know if I'm to stop and drop, it's going to be healthy, happy, Hana heart, and a beautiful new home. Healthy, happy, Hana heart, beautiful home. Healthy, Hana heart, beautiful home. On top of that, then I pull out my giant list of making things easier, about the books I want to write this fall, about life being easier for Jessica, about the healthy, happy family, and on it goes. I have my list ready. And as soon as the angels catch my eye and say, what do you want? And they're doing that with repeating digits. What do you want? I have that list ready to go. And I recommend, Kathleen, you do the same. Rick Marciniak. Kim Russo spoke of living in the higher timeline last week. Could you please elaborate? Is it a quantum mechanics sort of thing where we can influence our outcome by our focus? let's address part B part B first. Is it a quantum mechanics sort of thing where we can influence our outcome by our focus? We are always, always, always influencing our outcome by our focus, and they're in an infinitude of doors. I'm thinking of the old, what was it, like 1970s, 60s, 50s game shows. Wasn't around for these, but like the dating game or something where you open a door and there's a girl or a guy behind it. You open the door and there's a particular vacation behind it. There is an infinite number of doors available to us. Which door we choose in life is based on where we place our focus. So certainly quantum mechanics would dictate, sort of like flipping particles from waves to particles, so to speak, that we can literally affect the outcome based on where we place our attention. We can Schrodinger's cat that up and all sorts of things. With that said, Kim Russo was being very specific. And what she was talking about is we can choose a lower vibrational answer of, oh my God, this is terrible. Do whatever is coming our way. Or we can choose a higher timeline of, wow, what kind of cool thing can take place out of this? November 10th, 2021. I've just gone on a beautiful bike ride. Bike. Feel great, doing good. Oh, what happened? Michael, do you know what's going on? Do you know who you are? What happened? Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. Michael, do you know what happened? Thank you, angels. Thank you, guys. I got hit by an SUV that just wailed me as I'm going straight down the road, and for some reason it thought I was taking a turn. And it did kind of make me take the turn, attached to the side of the SUV. When I came to ish in the ambulance, I was repeating, thank you, angels, thank you, guides. Thank you, angels, thank you, guides. Thank you, angels, thank you, guides. Why? Well, if you're in a healing crisis, you have a choice. Focus on what ain't working. This is a quantum mechanics thing. Or focus on something really positive can come out of this. And I had been very well trained or versed in this, Rick, to focus on that higher timeline. Something amazing is going to come out of this. Has something amazing. My guess is many something amazings have and will continue because it affected the entire timeline of my existence. That is the choice Kim is asking us to make, and our angels are asking us to make in each and every moment. And we can go to Course in Miracles on this. Are we going to choose fear, Rick, or are we going to choose love? The loving timeline tends to have a much more enjoyable, joyous outcome than the fear-based timeline. Though truth be told, we can learn through either, which is why I never want you judging yourself. I could have done even better yesterday. Certainly, there have been times over the last few weeks, particularly in my sleep-deprived state, where I've done things where I'm like, well, that wasn't very smart. But overall, I train myself, and you can train yourself too, that when presented with A and B, what do? We pause. We go into that sacred space for a moment. And then, though the egoic mind would love to drive us off a cliff and choose that crazy, chaotic, fear-based choice, take that higher road or take that higher timeline, Rick. Beautiful question. Dana, why can't I feel what others describe as feeling angelic beings beside them? Dana, we all have different clairs, whether it's clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. We all have different abilities that are heightened more than others. So some people are going to feel angels by their side. Some people are going to see angels by their side. Some people are just going to feel a little bit better. Some people may not feel anything, but have the most ideas start popping in their heads. Don't worry about which way it comes to you. And it can certainly change over time. So at this point, I can see where I'm going. I can see what I'm going to be able to see in the future. I'm not really clairvoyant. I do get flashes of images, but I don't see that much. I have a feeling that's going to really change at some point when the time is right. But it might be that if I saw all these things right now, I'd go nuts. I wouldn't be able to run the show. I do feel things though. And yeah, it feels pretty freaking awesome, but that helps me do my job. So you are given, Dana, what you need for exactly where you're at without judgment. It's not like, well, she or he is vibrating at a higher level and that's why they feel them and I don't. No, you're not feeling them yet. And we can set intention to feel them, and that helps. You're not feeling them yet for a reason. It's helping you maybe to ask this question here tonight, or helping you to set a unique intention, or helping you go down to a local spiritual gathering, or who knows what step you'll take because of where you're at. It's a very human understanding to think there's something wrong if somebody else has something or can do something or can feel something. Rather than going, well, isn't that, this is, I'm going to use Suzanne Giesman's line, isn't that interesting? Isn't there some really cool meaning behind this? That's where I would play it. Okay, I don't feel it. How does it get any better than this? I love saying that. And it's a line that I first heard from Dane here. I've stolen it. I love you, Dane. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? I'm numb to this. How does it get any better than this? You know, whatever happened, how does it get any better than this? That's where I'd play the game, Dana. Something more is waiting for you because you're not able to feel the angelic beings beside them. Doesn't mean you can't talk to them. Doesn't mean you can't write to them. Doesn't mean you can't communicate with them. Doesn't mean you can't ask them to come in. But at this point, it's okay that you're not feeling them. So much love, Dana. Radhika, how do you align your specifics in asking vis-a-vis what your angels have in alignment for you? Very beautiful question, Radhika, and a very, very simple answer. I always ask for my highest good and the highest good of all, or something even better. That's the fine print like you'd find at the end of a car ad, which is for my highest good, the highest good of all, or something even better. In other words, I don't know what's best for me. And I do tend to try less and less to ask for what I really want because I don't know. So I believe I really want a lake home in the mountains in New England. Really want it. If that's what the angels have in mind for me, awesome. If they have something even better in mind, well, it's not exactly what I ideally want at this moment, but awesome. How does it get any better than this for my highest good, the highest good of all, or something even better? This home was the or something even better. 2 years ago, between you and me, Rue, I was calling in dog. We got guru. How does it get any better than this? So you ask, but you leave that wiggle room to the universe. One or two more questions, then I want to get into a meditation here for everybody. SK Abstract Art. I just don't feel much hope these days with the lack of opportunities in my city. I don't know how to move past this block. I feel you, SK. Okay, we've got a few different possibilities. One is to let go of the outer outcome being anything at all like you desire for now. And we simply work on cranking up a greater internal outcome, which means you can have the most greatest alignment to your angels, to your guides. When the outer world seems like poo-poo, you can still have this. That's the same as somebody who's going through chemo, or somebody who's been badly injured, or somebody who's been wrongly incarcerated. We can work on this inner connection and this inner energy, even though the rest of the world seems maddening to us. The next piece is kind of weird, but when I hear I don't know how to move past this block, what I'm hearing is city block. Do we need to stay there? And I want you to really challenge yourself on this. And it may be that you do need to stay there or do need to stay there right now. But as I read this question, I had to read it over several times. What I caught is I don't know how to move past the city block. Maybe there's a move in order that you've been fighting that it is time to open yourself up to and embrace. The world is always steering and guiding us. I love this place. It's 10 degrees cooler here this summer. It's not at all where I plan on being, Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania, but my wife melts in the summertime, and we had to stay close to Southern Points for the hospital that we get to go to in Philly. And so this was awesome. I never would have planned on this. I never would have asked for this. It's even better in a way because I let go of what I thought I needed. I was saying, I want to be on water. I want this. I want that. This is perfect for now. All right. Let's see if we can get to last two questions. Frida Dunn. If close relatives like your parents or grandparents died before you were born or old enough to know them, how do you recognize their presence? So Frida, first off, you can call them in, and if you're good at pausing, you may feel goosebumps or chills or shivers come over your body. You might sense them in other ways, but there will be some sense that comes over you. That is one of the easiest ways to do it. Another way, a higher, sophisticated is the right word. That's a dangerous slope. My favorite way is with automatic writing and starting to write to them. Because time and space aren't real, particularly on the other side of the veil. There is no time, which means they're always by your side. All of your elders are always by your side. So why not write to them? Why not see what they have to say? Why not see how they're guiding you? And most importantly, Frida, is there's a pull or tug on your heart right now to connect to them. There's a reason for it. So I would explore this with everything you've got, because there's something really powerful and profound that I am sure is going to come out of this. So whether that's automatic writing, whether that's getting that feeling state, which doesn't really get that communication going, or a last is setting intention before you sleep to have your relatives come visit you and ask. First off, keep a notepad handy. Write anything down the minute you get up, particularly snippets. So you wake up and you had been going down a golden path and you came across a hawk and on it went. Get down golden path, hawk, Get down two of those key specifics right away, and then the whole dream can unfold before you, because we don't, our dreams don't go into short-term memory. So if we don't get those little snippets down or those little breadcrumbs down, the whole dream disappears, even as we're reaching for our pen. So you can be golden path, eagle, golden path, eagle, golden path, eagle. But keep that notepad handy and ask for them to visit you. Ask to remember your dreams. Ask for them to be made as clear as day for you. And then start practicing writing down whatever comes to you, even in the middle of the night. So Gina, I believe this will be the last question of the evening. And then I want to go into a meditation. And I'm told no, Beltars will be. All right. Gina, can we ask our angels to be visible to us? I would like to see my angels. There's no harm in asking. Whether they make themselves visible, no harm there. That's up to them. I've only fully seen my guardian angel coming through in animal form once many years ago. Have other angels made their appearance known? I believe so, but I can't swear to it. My guardian angel, I can. So you can always ask and see what happens. There are some among us who see angels as clear as day, and we've had some of them on the show. And I'm thinking of an amazing woman. Is it Laura? Oh, why is her name escaping me right now? If Jessica's listening, she might call out with her name. Well, anyway, there are angel experts who do see their angels as clear as day, and you may as well after calling them in. That's not really in our hands. All right, last question of the night from Beltar. I always wonder, is this my voice or thinking, or am I hearing? Is this my voice or thinking I am hearing? Or is it an angel or guide? Got to work on knowing the difference. Got to work on feeling the difference. That's where we get to play. It's a feeling state you look for. So if you ask, what am I thinking? and it feels good. It feels uplifting. It feels inspiring. It feels joyous. Chances are it's not coming from you. If Lorna Byrne, thank you, Aya and Ann. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. There you go. Angel expert Lorna Byrne. If you are feeling, wow, if only I did this. Why didn't I do this? I really missed this opportunity. I really blew it. That's your thinking mind. But your higher self, your angels, your guides, they may say things like, it would be good in the future if you take action on this. But it's okay. You're loved. It's going to be all right. And you feel, all right, it's okay. That's not coming from your thinking mind. So becoming an expert on this is becoming an expert in discerning the feeling state behind it. And I'm going for that one last question, Autumn Grace. Does your book Automatic Writing express all you need to do in automatic writing? Examples in your book. Automatic writing is evolutionary. Maybe it's revolutionary. I'll call it evolutionary. One thing builds on the next, builds on the next, builds on the next, builds on the next. There is so much you will get out of the book Automatic Writing. There is even more since then you get out of my automatic writing programs. I keep learning and growing and expanding, and I keep teaching what I'm learning, which is why you can go to automaticwriting.com. We have our next live class in only 3 weeks. You also get a replay of all of our past live classes, and you go along the journey with me of learning and growing even more cool things to do, even more cool ways to connect, even more cool ways to expand, and even more cool ways to clear. I don't think I have time for Tanya's question here tonight. But it kind of relates. So we're going for it. Can you cut cord strings attachments with the people you're having trouble with before you see them, or does it have to be after? No, you can certainly cut energetic beforehand. And that's something that I didn't put in the book Automatic Writing that I have in our automatic writing program. It's automatic, shameless plug, I guess. Automaticwriting.com is I've learned so much about clearings even since I wrote the book. And clearings can be done with our angels and our guides through automatic writing. And you don't need to have a situation with someone before you clear, because they're energetic cords, cables, strings, and attachments is how I like to call them, with so many people that we get to clear that make things easier. Between you and me, I have a practice each evening after I do a live event to cut all cables, cords, strings, and attachments. Every time we go into the city, it's great to cut cables, cords, strings, and attachments. Anytime a relative calls you and you're going, whew, it's good to cut cables, cords, strings, and attachments. It is something that I do regularly in our School of Mystics. I did a bunch of cutting of cables, cords, strings, and attachments on Les Wednesday's class. If you join the School of Mystics, and I'm sure there are many mystics here and mystics in training, you get all past replays and I help you clear. Basically, you go along with a ride and a meditation with me, and I start clearing all of these cables, cords, and strings and attachments, and you bring them to me, even though it's a replay, and I help clear them, and I help clear them and get you lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter still. There is no need for you to wait for an experience to occur before cutting these cables, cords, strings, and attachments, because your energy, Tanya, is meant to be yours alone. And Autumn, going back to you, these are the kind of things that I put as much as I could in the book Automatic Writing, and then more came to me, and then more came to me, and more came to me, which is why our automatic writing program, automaticwriting.com, is the most up-to-date thing right now. I did an amazing course with Mike Dooley where I put even more stuff in it, and I will continue to add and teach as new techniques come up, as new guidance is given to me through automatic writing. I will continue to teach it in our automatic writing course, and I will continue to teach it in the School of Mystics. Because once you learn automatic writing, the next step on your journey is to help you become the mystic you were meant to be. And that's why I have that 4 Wednesday a month class. You don't need to know automatic writing, but each Wednesday, 4 Wednesdays a month, I help you raise your vibration and see on the other side of the veil, and help you really exist on the, not on the other side, outside of the matrix. Because that's what's most important, is This world isn't all there is. There is so much more going on here than meets the eye. And as a mystic, ooh, now you get to play. Now you are free from the heaviness of this existence. There'll still be worries. There'll still be fears. There'll still be concerns. There'll still be me yesterday going, freak out. There's too much stuff around me. There's not enough space. It feels like a double-size RV. It's a huge space. But when you run a business and you have a baby and you have a rooster and you have 3 kitties, you may need a little bit more room. Tiny home just isn't it for us. And you love yourself up anyway. You clear everything that you can, and you rock it on this beautiful journey exactly where you're at. All right, so let's go into a meditation here. I can hear Lumi up above. I've got Rue not sleeping, watching me down by my side. I'm wondering what the kitty wants. Let's have a really fun meditation here tonight. How does that sound? Oh, I want to take you to an angelic sacred space. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah, let's do that. Just breathe in through the nose. In through the nose. You can be sitting, you can be laying down, whatever. And one more time. Maybe you shake your shoulders loose, shake your butt loose, shake everything loose. And one more time. Be as goofy as you want. Life is too short to take seriously. Very, very good. Now I want you to continue breathing in through your nose, down to your belly, and out. In and out. In and out. As you continue to breathe in and out, I want you to imagine that we are all holding hands, everybody watching this or here now live, past, future, and present. That's my way of saying time is not real, past, future, and present. We're all holding hands together as one, all setting the intention of creating a sacred space for our angels and guides to join us. And to join us right here and now. You feel the loving energy to your right. You feel the loving energy to your left. And you give thanks. As I like to say, thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. And now let's call in our angels. I call in my guardian angels. I call in, maybe it's Archangel Michael, or Raphael, or Gabriel, or Uriel, or Sandalphon, or someone else. But if there's a guardian or an archangel that resonates with you, call her or him in now, realizing they are all both sexes, but call them in now. Ask, is there another angel who is always by my side or gets to be by my side here and now? If so, I call you in. And now ask for their presence to be known or their presence to be felt. Ask them to make it as clear as day. Maybe the room suddenly gets brighter and brighter and brighter still. Maybe it's a blue orb like that of Archangel Michael suddenly appears before you. Or maybe you feel wings at your back or feather bumps along your arms or neck. Or maybe you simply feel a lightness, a goodness, or just a little bit more love and a little less fear. And now I'd like you to take just a minute or two in this sacred space that you can now come back to anytime you desire. You can repeat a phrase, a word, a mantra, or simply bask in this feeling. So it could be thank you, angels, thank you, guides. It could be I send love, I send love. Or simply focusing on the breath. Let's go now, 1 or 2 minutes with the angels by your side. Very good. One of the greatest reasons or desires to have our angels by our side is to have a greater sense of peace and a greater sense of ease as we navigate this admittedly incredibly crazy, challenging, flipped upside down, backwards school of an earth. And so before we close things for the evening, of course, you can come back to this anytime. You can also put your questions out to your angels in this meditation anytime you desire. But let's say, thank you, angels. Put your hands on your heart, in fact. Thank you, angels, for this peace. Feel the peace. Thank you, angels, for this peace. Thank you, angels, for this peace. Maybe tap your hands on your heart. Thank you, angels, for my ease. Thank you, angels, for my ease. Nice deep breath. Thank you, angels, for my ease. And because so many of us are struggling with health challenges or have loved ones with health challenges, thank you for my health. Thank you for my daughter's health, my son's health, my grandparents' health, my parents' health, whomever. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health. And then lastly, thank you for surrounding me with your love and light. Thank you for surrounding me with your love and light. Thank you for surrounding me with your love and light. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. When you're ready, come on back and truly, how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? And since we're talking gratitude, thank you to my dream team. Thank you, Aya. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Babak. Thank you, Nico. Thank you, Liz. Thank you to everyone on our dream team. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, Rue, who is looking so incredibly relaxed. When he's relaxed, his earlobes go totally and completely white as they are now. So do come join us for Stephen Greer tomorrow. I am not a conspiracy kind of guy at all, but wow, 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 wow. Thank you, SK Abstract Art. How does it get any better than this? I think tomorrow is a must watch from a place of love and how we can transform this planet by learning how to communicate with the other side, whether we call it higher dimensional beings, whether we call them ETs. Tomorrow night is going to be extraordinary, to say the least. Will Steve be in the chat? I do not believe so tomorrow night. I do not want to promise that. My guess is no, because they have so much going on. But I believe I said no last time, and I think he made an appearance. So let's assume not. And if he does, how does it get any better than this? So love you guys so much. Have a beautiful evening ahead. I'll see you, everybody who's in our School of Mystics. I'll see you on Wednesday. There is a link down below. Certainly subscribe, big thumbs up, share with the world. But there's a link down below, a mystic circle. It says join. And I give lots of behind the scenes video with me and Rue, with me and Jessica, occasionally with little glimpses of Hana Bear, where I'm sharing our journey, because it's a real journey. It's not just all up and up and up. It's up, it's down, it's sideways, it's in the muck, it's in the mire. It's how do we get out of that? But it's all sharing where we're at through the journey. And I think that is the best lessons. And it's kind of entertaining what the journey is like. So click that join button down below and you'll become a Mystic Circle member as well. So love you guys so much. Have a most amazing evening or new day ahead, depending on where you are in the world. And keep on shining bright. Woohoo! Good night, everybody. Great job, Rue. Night.